Constructing your life is about much more than just building a bank account. Each week, join real estate entrepreneur and mindset coach Austin Linney as he interviews guests who are constructing their dream lives and impacting the world around them on a daily basis. If you're an entrepreneur or wanting to start a business, or you just want to hear motivating stories of how others have overcome the odds, you are in the right place. And now for your host, Austin Linney.
Good afternoon, everybody. Austin Linney here with your Friday Rant. What we're going to talk about today is lines in the water. It's an amazing saying that Mr. Matt Tefke came up with. And basically, at the end of the day, you got to think of investing in business opportunities in the law of averages. And basically, the law of averages says that not everything's going to work out. Not everything's going to go the way you want it. Not every deal that's at the 80% yard line is going to go across the way. Not every deal that's at the 20% yard line might go all the way. But ultimately, if you're living your life based off of one revenue stream or one opportunity or one job or anything like that, this day and age, if you really want to create wealth and you really want to get your freedom back and your time freedom, you need... I'm all about being focused on one thing, but that doesn't tell me that you can't do the 80-20 rule where you can't have 20% of your money buying some investment property on the side or there's a second business that you're starting that maybe starts with nothing. And then over a 10-year period, it becomes $1 million business. And basically what you're doing is you're giving yourself the freedom to not have all your eggs in one basket. And by doing that, some things go through and some things don't. Some things come to fruition and some things don't. And if you're working a job and you're making great money, I commend you. It's awesome. But my question to you is, what are you doing to create wealth on the side? And we know this for a fact. I'm not making things up. There's a huge percentage of real estate agents out there who don't invest. And I'm like, what? You see what it does for your clients. Like, what are you doing? Your brokerage could change. They could change the laws. I have a buddy, man, he was working a great job. He's like, no, I don't need to invest outside of my job. This is going to be what I'm going to do forever. Laid off, COVID. Guys, we're not in a day and age where this stuff's hard. You could work from 8 a.m. to 5 o'clock and from 7 to 8, work on a side business, work on an e-commerce business, work on investing, work on wholesaling, whatever those things are. It's not taking away from what you're doing currently. Well, what do they tell me? Oh, there's just not enough time. There's just not enough time. Isn't that everybody's go-to bullshit excuse? Isn't that everybody's favorite? God, they love that one so much. No, there's a difference. It's not a priority to you because you're comfortable. Never comfortable. I heard something yesterday that was fucking awesome. We interviewed a guy and he said, there's just a right enough of panic in our business for us to be highly successful. I'm going to say it again. There's just a right amount of panic in our business for us to be successful. And guys, that person makes $250,000 a month from their subscription model and he's not satisfied. And they're still trying to push it and still trying to be the best. Guys, you think that discomfort is a bad thing. I actually think it's a great thing. Do you know how they make wine? You know what makes the greatest wine? Lack of precipitation and hard soil. What makes the greatest wine? Lack of precipitation and hard soil. So the grapes pushing and squeezing through and rubbing and being drought tolerant and not getting water and straining for that life makes it a better wine. What a metaphor. What a metaphor. And so if you're spending your life based off of one deal is the deal that's going to make or break you, or one business is going to make or break you, or your job is going to make or break you, and shit goes south, you are going to be crushed. And so in the law of averages, the universal law, some things work out and some things don't. So my question to you, to every entrepreneur, real estate agent, investor, How many lines do you have in the water? Is your pipeline full? Or are you banking on that one $40,000 deal closing? And what if it doesn't? You got to keep the traffic on the highway. You got to keep out there day in and day out, setting yourself up for opportunities. So when one's available, you hit the big one, you're good. But in order to do that, you have to get many lines in the water. And so I want you to make sure that you don't have a great month and then you have 3 months of nothing. You don't have a great quarter and then you have 2 quarters of nothing. You gotta wake up every day and ask yourself, what can I do today to give me the opportunity to create multiple lines in the water, revenue streams, to create the wealth necessary to diversify myself long enough to create wealth that can truly create freedom and time for myself and my family. I hope everybody got some value from that. Give us a rate and review. Thank you so much for listening. We'll see you next time.
Thank you for listening to Construct Your Life with Austin Linney. If you enjoyed this episode, be sure to rate, review, subscribe, and pay it forward by sharing with a friend. Most importantly, take this opportunity to start constructing your life by taking immediate action on what you learned. For show notes, resources, and more information on one-on-one coaching with Austin, visit constructyourlifepodcast.com.